Actually, we only need one. In any case, we need to get the magenta moonbeam connection and the location. How do we do that? Talk to Dr. John about voodoo and then current voodoo twice, and that gives you magenta moonbeam's residence. Okay, now we're heading off to the police station. Now here's an alternate solution to one of the thornier problems, which is getting the other 6 patterns to complete the Veve, so you can give them to the architectural student. So here we're seeing the repairman repairing the thermostat on Mosley's office. So before you head in, you actually have to talk to Frick again. You have to mention Detective Mosley, in which case he'll actually let you in. If you don't do that, then as you try to open the swinging door, Frick will just say, "Hey, you're not allowed back there. I'm only the only one who lets people back there." So the reason I haven't turned up the temperature yet is because I don't want Mosley to do that twice. It just takes a lot of time. So I have to get Mosley to agree to give me the patterns, the other 6 patterns. And then once that happens, you talk to Franks, and I made a mistake here. I was supposed to use the exclamation point, not the question mark, in order to get her to say something. Now, you don't actually have to look at the file. What you need to do is you need to put the file back. Right? Okay. Then, we do everything at the same time. We turn up the thermostat so we can steal Mosley's badge. Then, we have to steal the file. And this is the cool part, because it takes less time to do it this way than it does to copy the file and using the Xerox machine that way and coming back into the building. So now you actually have to wait until Mosley takes off the jacket. No way around it. So the first thing you do is ask about coffee so you can get the badge back. Mosley's slow walking. I mean, he walks faster when he leaves the office in the later days, but I don't know. I guess they didn't like people speed playing this game. Oh man, I remember the time when someone actually played through, I think, 12 LucasArts games in 24 hours in like a crazy marathon. Now that's a story for another day. Now that we've stolen the badge, now we have to wait for Mosley to get back to his chair. There we go. Okay, let's ask him again. So this is where the photographs come into play. If you don't actually look at the photograph, or even open the photograph envelope, then you don't get this option. And unfortunately it means that you have to backtrack and do everything over again. Yikes. I don't want to do that. Okay. This calls Franks in. Franks comes in, police photographer, looking like she's from Star Trek. I mean, wearing the female uniform anyway. And asked to go out and check your hair. Now here's where you differ. Just take the file and leave. You don't get any points for the photocopy machine. You can't talk to Franks again, but you don't actually need to talk to her. Now we're going to head over to the Getty estate. Now this is really simple. Use the knocker. Let's see. Wait to see Malia Getty. Flash the badge to get in. And yes, I know, the butler is Tim Curry. Yeah. We all know this is very, very interesting stuff. Alright, here we are. Malia Getty. So you have to click through every single one, but when you get to herself, you don't actually have to ask her anything. So the good thing about not talking to anybody is that I have very few dialogue options to go through with Malia Getty, which means less clicking in order to get thrown out. Yikes. Okay, what's next? Alright, heading to the cathedral again, which means that I'll be heading to the park, which is much faster. So you actually need to trigger the screen twice in order to get the wind to blow. So once the wind blows and the guy's like, oh man, I can't get the paper out from the fence, then we recruit some help. Go down to the bottom left quadrant, and then we give the gift certificate, which we grabbed without actually knowing what it was for, We grab it, we use it, and then, oh yeah, we give the lucky dog. Or the dirty dog, as I like to call it, because it's been stuck in Gabriel's coat. Kid snarfs it up in 4 bites. And then we talk to him to try to get the stuff from the fence around the statue. Alright, now head back to the architectural student and give him the drawing, and then give him everything that you've got with the Veve. So that's cool. We get that done. Let's see here. You send him the file, and you'd think the guy would look at it before actually sketching it. I mean, it says property of NOPD. It's not as if Gabriel didn't, you know, take it back. I mean, it's got the official timestamps, the official stamps, and everything. Anyway, we head over to the Dixieland drugstore. So a couple of things you need here. Number 1, we need the Kazanu cutscene where she comes in, so you can research her at the end of the day. Ugh, talky. Number 2, we need to get the St. John's Eve. And now we need St. John's Eve to trigger the St. John's Eve option for animal masks when we talk to Moonbeam, which gives us Willie Jr. Number 3, Capri Sankor. So we need that phrase later. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna head over to St. Louis number 1 first. Why? Well, because we're gonna head to Moonbeam now, I don't want to go back to Moonbeam afterwards. So we're gonna copy down the pattern and have it translated by Moonbeam, so we don't actually have to go back there. Let's see. We don't have to wait for Toussaint Gervais to go out. Head over to Moonbeam. Okay, in terms of evidence gathering, you do not need the extra snake scales. So there are 2 other snake scales that you can get, one from Madame Lorelei and one from Magenta Moonbeam. You don't need either one to finish the game. What ends up resulting is that you have less points. Let's see here. Alright, get the translation. Question her. Talk about St. John's Eve. You don't have to ask her about animal masks, you just need the option. And that option, when you talk to Willie Walker in the Dixieland drugstore, you will get the Willie Jr. option. And you actually have to click on Willie Jr. once in order to get the ding 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 triggering sound. So that indicates that Gabriel needs $100, which is important in the next day. So why don't we finish off this day? We're gonna head back, and we're gonna talk to Grace and have her research Madame Kazanu. And they're leaving. They are leaving. Boy, this takes a while, doesn't it? And again, another unskippable dream sequence. Every single dream sequence is non-skippable. Well, there is one dream sequence that is skippable. That is coming up. But I guess technically it's not part of a end-of-day dream sequence. It's more of like Gabriel being bored out of his mind. Okay. Now we see flames, flame on, oh yeah. Sorry, this is an old Fantastic Four cartoon reference to Johnny Storm trying to dance and trying to sing the Flame On song, which makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, we see again, we're heading into Bourbon Street, into the St. George's Rare Bookstore, blah 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 blah. Okay, day 3. Come on, day 3. Day 3. Day 3. There you go. Paperboy, Grace brings it into the room, and spacebar. There we go. Okay. First thing you do, you need to look at the newspaper in order to get Tulane University. Alright, we have a gajillion messages we gotta look up.